Hey guys, so what we're going to be looking at today is water and why it's really, 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 really important. In my opinion, probably the most important thing that you can pretty much have in your body, and making sure that you're drinking enough, and also what types of water, things that can happen if you're not drinking enough. So when you look at your body and what it is, 70% or more of your body is actually just water. Sometimes a lot of people will forget to drink things that like give them water, or they won't be eating a lot of foods that give them water. So that's where we get water from. To our body, we need to get it from like actually drinking water, or eating foods like vegetables and fruits in particular that have a lot of water in them, and that keeps our body functioning. A lot of organs, which are like the vital parts of your organs, like your brain and like your liver and like your kidneys at the back, these different organs help keep your body functioning and moving really, really well. They all rely heavily on water. So like your brain and your heart, two organs in your body, are 73% water, at least. Lungs, where you breathe from, another organ in your body, is 83% water. So mostly water, right? Most of your body. That would be like saying from, if I've got my whole body like this, it would be like here down is all water, and then here up is different stuff. That's like how much your body is just water. Really important to remember that. A lot of people don't drink enough. Most people drink far, far too little, and it can really, really affect a lot of things in your body if you're not drinking enough. Like if you think that your head is mostly water, like three quarters meaning 3 out of 4 bits is water, and you're not drinking enough water and you start getting headaches, often those headaches can just be a result of you not drinking enough water. So if you drink water, you can often get rid of those headaches quite quickly. Can be other things, like you can get really angry and frustrated and annoyed very easily if you haven't had enough water, because your body relies on it so much. If you don't give it enough, it doesn't work properly. Okay, that would be like when you're driving a car and you put fuel in the car so the car can go. It's like the body's fuel isn't food, it's water, and it needs a lot of water. Okay, food obviously helps in different aspects, different vitamins and minerals and that in, but water is far more important than food. You can survive days, even up to over a month. I know people that haven't eaten for over a month. They've just drank water. It's actually a really good cleansing thing for the body. Don't do it as a kid. I'm not telling you to do this. Fasting for kids is not intelligent. It's not what you guys need. But once you get older, you can try it. I do it quite regularly. I go days. I've done 7 days and I haven't eaten any food, and I just drink water for 7 days, and I feel amazing at the end of it. It's really, really good for your health. It makes you really, really healthy. Helps you become quite strong as well. And helps reset all those organs in the body and clear out a lot of bad stuff that you might have eaten. So what I wanted to look at was just emphasize the importance of water and making sure that you guys are drinking enough. Now, if you're little, if you're small, if you sort of go off your weight, so what I tend to do for ladies that I train in the older classes, if they're above 60 kilos, they're between like 60, 70 kilos, I say they drink 3 liters of water a day. Okay, so sort of do my graph. Let's say you're like 20 kg to 45 kg. I'd be like 2 liters a day. That's sort of what you want to be like. That'd be about minimum, right? That's still a lot of water, right? And then when we get to, if we go 45 to 60, might be, I'd probably try and push for, say 55, okay? 45 to 55, 2.5 liters a day. 55 to 70, 3 liters a day. 70 up, 4 liters a day. What this does by drinking so much like this, it does what's called super hydrating your body. So if you're just hydrated, it just means you're functioning well, right? If you're not hydrated, that's when you need water. Some of the signs of being dehydrated or not hydrated enough means you don't have enough water. See that? Yeah, there we go. That's better. It means you don't have enough water would be like dry lips is a sign, can be headaches, can be dry skin, can be, this is a really important one because some of you might have trained with me, you might have watched some of my training videos, you might not sweat, right? When you're training or you're being physically active, if you don't sweat, that's a really, really, really big sign that you're dehydrated. Another thing that can happen when you're dehydrated is you can actually put on a lot of weight, you can get quite fat by being dehydrated. That's one of the things. If you drink a lot of water, a lot of the times weight can just drop off really, really quickly. So for you guys being kids, mostly you'll probably be in these sort of ranges here most of the time. Some of you might be here, but you'd want to be drinking about at least 2 liters a day, probably closer to 2.5. That's what I'd be recommending for you guys. And when you do it, you'll feel like you'll be able to handle your emotions better. So if you're getting angry, if you're getting sad, if you're getting frustrated, and you don't know why those things are happening, getting more water in your system can help a lot in those areas. Headaches, dry skin, clearing your skin. Like if you guys are getting older, you're starting to go through puberty and you're getting more pimples and things like that. If you drink a lot of water, that can help clear that stuff up quite a lot. It's one thing that a lot of the ladies that I train really love. They're like, oh, my skin's going so clear. So that's a really good one. Energy levels can boost. And like I said, on headaches, even clarity of thought, like being able to think clearly and work through different problems or issues, really, really, really helpful in that regard as well. Because if your body doesn't have water, it just doesn't function. You need water to be able to function. So make sure that you're drinking plenty. If it's only these little amounts, what you can do is before you go to bed at night, if you get, say, I use jars. Also, if you can drink out of glass rather than plastic, glass is way better to drink out of. I won't dive into that here, but if you can drink out of glass, that's the best. And if you can avoid tap water. You want to try and get filtered, alkalized water. So let's go here. Alkalized water. If you can get alkalized water, you don't need to understand what that is now, but you want it to be between probably about a 7.5 pH to a 9 pH. Around there is really quite good. Okay, that's really good for alkalized water. You don't need to understand that. You'll learn that when you're a little bit older. If you're interested in understanding pH levels, acidity and alkaline is something that you can look into. Just go search up some different videos on that. But if you can get water around those levels, that's really good. Most tap water is not. Most tap water is really not great for you. But again, if that's all you have access to, it is much better that you drink tap water than no water. So definitely do that. You just want to try and work towards getting some better quality water because it's a lot better for you. Coconut water is another really, really good one. If you drink that, I love coconut water, so I drink that. But how to get the water in, because that can look like a lot. They can look like really, really big numbers when you're starting off. What I'd suggest doing before you go to bed, if you get a jar or a glass this one's 900 mils, so it's almost a litre, and you put that on your bedside table before you go to bed, then when you wake up, you just wake up in the morning, bang, drink that water down, and you've done, that should be about 500 mils, so if you half a litre, if you can drink that before you go to bed, it helps you really clean your body out and start your day really, really well. Then before you eat, every meal that you eat, have a glass of water before every meal that you eat. It doesn't have to be 500 mils. It could be 250. It could be 300. But before you eat any meal, drink a glass of water. If you do that every day, you'll get to the point of being able to have 2 liters, 2.5 liters a day pretty easily. And then as you get bigger, just start increasing those levels. And you'll feel amazing in your body. You'll find things a lot easier. You'll find that you're more active. You'll find that you do better at sport. You'll do better at school because you'll be able to think a lot more clearly. And you'll also be able to help other people as well, which is good. And just suggest that they drink just a little bit more water than what they are. Try it. Do it for a week. And just let me know how it goes for a week. I'd love to hear what your stories are, what you guys think on that one, and if it helps. Hopefully it does. But water is so, so important to your body. Someone wants my attention. Try it. Please do it. And if you're drinking like your soft drinks and that, I'm not going to say cut that out, because I know I don't personally drink any of it, and I wouldn't. I think it's horrible for your body. But if you choose to do it, that's fine. Before you drink a can of soft drink or a glass or whatever, have a glass of water the same size before that and the same size after. Because what a glass of coffee or soft drink will do is, if you drink a can, let's say I've got glass jars everywhere. If you've got like a can that's like that size and you drink it, then what that does is it takes that amount of water out of your body as well. So it pulls that water out of your body, which makes you more dehydrated, which can make some of those effects even worse. So you want to make sure that if that's taking a glass out of my body, the same size of what I'm drinking, it's not actually helping you get hydrated, right? Soft drinks don't do that. They pull it out. So if you drink a can that big, then you want to drink a glass that big of water before and after, because that way you're still getting more hydrated. Okay, cool. Right. So try those things. Let me know how they go, and let me know how you feel doing that. So you guys have a good day.